Okay, so today we will continue the chemical control and the coordination. The first topic is the hormone. Now we will know the difference between hormones and the enzymes. As the name suggests, the enzyme was first discovered in the East. That is the enzyme means GMAs, okay, and horn. It maintains the harmony in the body, that is coordination of the different parts of the body. Let's take an example of the hypothalamus. Hypo means below, thalamus means part of the forebrain, that is the diencephalon. So encephalon is part of the brain. Diencephalon is the part of forebrain where hypothalamus is situated. And after that there are the pituitary gland. On the neck region there is a thyroid gland. Then chest region, thymus gland, kidney, adrenal gland, and gonads. So these are the different enzymes. Hormones are directly secreted into the blood stream. There is a no duct-like structure. That's why it is also known as the ductless gland. But enzymes are secreted. Suppose this is the pancreas. So pancreatic juice will be secreted into the duodenum or part of the small intestine. So it is the duct gland, ductless and duct gland. All enzymes are protein except ribozyme, and hormones there are different nature: protein, short peptide, glycoprotein, steroid natures. So hormones and enzymes having the controlling the body parts. Neurochemical response. Hormonal response is slower than the neural response. Neural response is immediate response. Let's take an example. Suppose this is the neurosecretory cells of the hypothalamus. Neurosecretory. It will secrete the two hormones, vasopressin and oxytocin. It responds immediately. Neural response within a second, but hormonal response may take minute or day or month. So that is the introduction of the hormones and enzymes. Our body have mainly 7 endocrinal gland and more subendocrinal gland that controls all the body activities. Now we will continue the hypothalamus. Is it clear? Any doubt, students? Okay. Now start the hypothalamus. As the name suggests, it is found on the forebrain, but it looking like it is on the midbrain. No, but it is the part of the forebrain. It is immediate response of the body. Pituitary gland is known as the master gland of the body. So hypothalamus is known as the grand master or super master of the body that control the pituitary. Main function of hypothalamus is to maintain the body temperature. During the fever, it releases some chemicals that increase the body temperature, that is the pyrogens. This is why the hypothalamus. So master of the master or grand master. There are two types of mechanism to controlling the body. First one, either it will stimulate or increase the concentration of stimulatory enzymes, or it will inhibit the body activity, that is the smoothing response, and it is the exciting and smoothing or calm down. Okay, so first one is the GnRH, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonads means male and female. Gonads like sperm and the ovum. Tropins to increase the quantity. Releasing hormone released by the hypothalamus, and inhibiting somatostatin. Somato means somatic cells. There are two types of the cells in the body: gametic cells and somatic cells. Except sperm and ovum, all the body cells is known as the somatic cells. Statin, that decreases the activity. So ultimately it is controlling the pituitary. By visual reflex, it can directly control the pituitary. Immediate response. Suppose someone have seen a food, so immediately saliva comes in the mouth. That is response of the digestive tract. It is in the directly control. Hypothalamus also secrete the two major hormones, that is the synthesized by the hypothalamus. First one vasopressin, second one oxytocin. All these hormones, two hormones synthesized by the hypothalamus, and it is stored in the pituitary through the axonal ends. It will be released and stored in the pituitary. So most important point, vasopressin and oxytocin is synthesized in the axons of hypothalamus, that is the neurosecretory enzymes. It is not the neurotransmitter, but it works as the hormones. That is the main function of the hypothalamus. It also controls the hunger and sexual behavior as well as the emotions, like serious conditions as well as emergency conditions. So there are four types of enzymes secreted by the hypothalamus. Already we have discussed. Now we will continue the pituitary gland. Pituitary, that is all body activity like the thyroid, thymus, formation of sperm, ovum, is controlled by the pituitary. At the specific age, pituitary secrete mainly 9 types of hormones. In your syllabus only 9 hormones is there, but actually it may secrete more or less enzymes on the basis of reflex, external or internal reflexes. Let's start one by one. That is the structure of the pituitary. There are two parts of the pituitary. First one is the adenohypophysis. Hypophysis stands for pituitary. Adeno means first position or proximal part. Proximal or first part. Second one is the neurohypophysis, that is the distal part or neurosecretory part. It is also known as the pars nervosa. It stores two enzymes, stored vasopressin and oxytocin, VO. Proximal part having the two portions fused together. Middle pituitary is completely fused in the humans. It cannot be secreted easily. That is the middle portion of the pituitary, anterior, middle and the posterior. So adenohypophysis include the two portions, anterior as well as middle, and neurohypophysis last, it is having the only posterior pituitary, posterior or pars nervosa. There are mainly 9 different types of hormones synthesized. Let's discuss one by one. From anterior pituitary, first one is the growth hormone, and from middle, melanocytes stimulating hormone. It increases the skin pigmentation. MSH, and this one growth, increase the weight of the body. First one. Second one, thyroid stimulating hormone, increases the body weight. TSH. Third one, prolactin, lactose, lactin, that is the synthesis of the milk. Before the birth, before the delivery of the baby, that is the PRL, means synthesis of the milk inside the mammary gland before the pregnancy, that is by the prolactin. Fourth one is the adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, emergency hormone, stress decreasing hormone. To cope with the adverse condition, adrenal secrete the cortical hormone that is controlled by the pituitary. Last one is the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, FSH and the LH, that is main hormone for synthesis of the sperm and the ovum. Now we will continue the different types of hormone and their functions one by one. So first one we will continue the growth hormone or somatotropin hormone. The basic science we have already discussed that pituitary is found in the cavity that is known as the sella turcica. It is the part of the sphenoid bone, and different function is performed by the pituitary. Let's continue the growth hormone. Growth of the body. How can you identify? Increase in the body mass, increase in the cell number, enlargement of the cell, increase muscle weight, increase in the height, as well as physical, mental and sexual growth. That is the growth hormone. It is also known as the somatotropin. So don't confuse. Somatotropin is the pituitary hormone and somatostatin, that is hypothalamic hormone. Somatotropin, STH. So growth hormone is also known as the somatotropin releasing hormone. So if growth hormone is released in more quantity, it will cause gigantism, enlargement of body parts, hypersecretion, and if it is secreted into the lower quantity. What will it cause? Stunt growth of the body, like the circus clowns, that is known as the dwarfism. Dwarfism, example, clowns of circus, growth hormone. So how will you decide the features of the growth hormone, what functions it can perform? First of all, it will increase the body weight. Second one, it will increase the number of cells. Number of bone, means number of bone is same, but bone length will increase. Muscle mass will increase. That is the general features of the somatotropy. But if there is over secretion of the growth hormone in the adult person, it will cause the acromegaly. Take an example of the Khali. Khali is the WWF member, and what is its face looking like? It is C-shaped structure and jawline is distorted. Disfigurement of the face is known as the acromegaly. And if it is not diagnosed early, it may be undetected for many years and it may result into the premature death, acromegaly. So gigantism and acromegaly both are the over secretion of the growth hormone. Acromegaly in the adult and over secretion of the growth hormone in the normal person, it causes the gigantism. Now we will continue the prolactin, thyroid and ACTH. Already we have discussed about the 9 types of hormones. 4 from the hypothalamus and 9 from the pituitary. Now next topic is